This is foreshadowing because Mercutio actually dies. Tybalt challenges Romeo to a fight. Romeo says no because Tybalt is his cousin now that he married Juliet. Mercutio wants Romeo to keep his honor, so Mercutio volunteers to fight Tybalt. Mercutio says, "Ask me for tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man." Tybalt and Romeo fight, and Tybalt kills Mercutio. Romeo kills Tybalt in revenge.
This quote is an oxymoron. It's an oxymoron because Juliet is expressing how she feels about Romeo after he killed her cousin. Juliet is waiting for the nurse to return. The nurse comes bearing tragic news. She tells Juliet about the death of her cousin Tybalt and how Romeo killed him and is banished from Verona.
Romeo's death is better than banishment because he will never see Juliet again if he is banished.
Act 3 begins with Friar Lawrence telling Romeo that he'll be banished as punishment for killing Tybalt. Romeo then goes on about how banishment he thinks is worse than death, and the friar tries to convince him otherwise. The nurse then comes in and tells the friar that Juliet is acting just as sad as Romeo. Then the friar tells Romeo to go to Juliet that night, but make sure to leave for Verona by morning.
This quote means that Juliet and Paris will get married on Thursday. Capulet, Lady Capulet, and Paris walk together. Capulet said because of Tybalt's death, he has no time to ask Juliet how she feels about Paris. He says Juliet and Paris will get married on Thursday.
So if Romeo stays, he's going to be caught and he's going to have to be put to death. Romeo's final night with his wife is over. In the morning, a lark woke them up. Then Juliet was asking, "Will I ever see you again?" because he was banished. He goes on to express how, "I love you. I will never stop loving you." He leaves and says, "I must be gone and live or stay and die."